Tonight in Eye on Chicago, we're celebrating Women's History Month, meeting a woman who has her own interesting history.
And as our Marie Saavedra shows us, she also has an amazingly positive outlook on life.
Her name is Madeline McKernan, but everyone just calls her Mack. She has been everything from a physician's assistant to a scientist and a college professor. Now she is an artist.
Once I was into it, it's better than meditation. I mean, it is absolutely the best thing that I could do.
Mack has done a lot in her life, even earning a master's in marine biology and a PhD in botany.
So I tell everybody that I'm a flower child and I've got a PhD to prove it.
Mack has come full circle, growing up in Des Plaines and landing here again as a professor at Oakton College.
Begin to start to stretch this.
It's where she fell in love with ceramics.
They're nice and even.
Quite by accident.
One of the secretaries had some pottery that she was donating to the office, and I thought, gee, that really looks nifty. She says, oh yes, I made it here. We have a pottery, class here. And I thought, okay, I like that.
Now that she's retired, Mack spends many days a week in the school's ceramics lab.
I am here all the time. I could have my mail put here.
Mack says ceramics fits in fine with her philosophy of life.
I don't need perfect. I mean, these are not perfect. I just don't live perfect. It's too much trouble. If it can hold sausage and beans, I mean, this is good enough. It'll hold water. It's got a little decoration on there. Okay, let's go.
Not perfect?
Oh, yeah, you messed it up.
No problem. Mack says she's a big believer in letting things go.
If something bad's going on in your life, I mean, come on, just let it go. You don't need to dwell on that stuff.
Making people happy is important to Mack. She's part of the ceramics lab's Empty Bowls endeavor. It uses art to feed the hungry.
We go one day and we make as many bowls as we can. But once they are made and processed and together, we have a sale of these empty bowls. The money that we get from all these bowls, we give to the food pantries in the area.
We asked Mack why other people's feelings are so important to her. And again, life and art intersected.
As often as you can be nice to somebody, that always makes their life better. If you see somebody that's dressed up and they look really pretty, tell them so. Oh wow, this looks good. This is a compliment too. When you give somebody a piece of art, then you're complimenting yourself, but you're also complimenting them because you're giving something of yourself to them.
When she's not here, Mack is at O'Hare Airport, volunteering at the Traveler's Aid Desk.
This is the best job in the world to have. Tell people where to go. So I do that, and that's really fun. It's definitely a fun job.
Her ceramics buddies say they love Mack's laugh and her outlook.
She has such a positive attitude. I have never seen her say a negative thing to anybody.
There you go.
She's fantastic. You can ask her anything, she'll show you anything she can.
This gets all the excess dust off. It's so much easier to be nice to folks than it is to be mean. That's the way I live. I just do okay things and say nice stuff.
Final question. We politely asked Mack how old she is.
I'm not going to say, but later on, you and I'll tell you, but I am not going to tell it to the world. Not going to happen. Well, I'm old enough to vote.
So what's next for Mack? She has a trip to Costa Rica planned. Sort of. She told us she doesn't really make plans. She makes fast decisions. I'm Marie Saavedra, CBS News, Chicago.
Mack also told us on Halloween she hands out candy to trick-or-treaters, but also ceramic bowls she's made. That way the kids can give something to their parents when they get back home.
I want to ring Mack's doorbell and head over there and just listen to her wisdom.
I want her to write a book.
Yeah, lots of
words of wisdom.
Yeah.
Let things go. Be kind to people.
Right.
You don't have to be perfect.
I love that she's at the information desk and she's a marine biologist. And she can tell you where to go in the airport or what to see in the ocean.
She's a Packers fan, but we won't hold that against her. Other than
nobody's perfect.
She's fantastic.
Good point.